Welcome back. Nicole Brose with First Coast No More Homeless Pets joins us, and today we are talking about the importance of microchipping your dog or cat. Thank you for coming back.
You're welcome.
This is a really good topic because so many people don't know about this, and yet it can find their animal if it's lost.
Absolutely. Microchipping is something besides spay, neuter, preventatives every month for flea and heartworms. Everyone needs to have their dogs and their cats microchipped. More people microchip their dogs, but cats need microchipped as well, and we definitely want to share a special story about just how important that is today.
Let's get to some of the pictures, and whatever picture comes up, I know we'll be able to talk about it because this is something that you don't even really think about cats getting out. We always think about dogs, but this particular cat has a story. Tell us about this cat.
So this, her name is Alex, and she was an indoor house cat, which we always recommend, and the owners were moving to Atlanta. So they were packing and just getting ready to move, and everyone knows that's very hectic. And so Alex, during all the commotion, got out of the house, and they were devastated. They were literally moving that day. So they stopped everything, searched around the neighborhood, couldn't find Alex. And so they hung flyers, postponed their move for an extended period of time, and just searched and searched. And so they ended up having to move to Atlanta and leaving Alex behind. So she was literally, we believe, on the streets for 2 years because she made her way into Animal Care and Protective Services as a feral freedom cat, so an outdoor living cat on the streets, and went to ACPS. We, First Coast No More Homeless Pets, picks up the cats up to twice a day at the city shelter and bring them in for spay and neuter. Well, we always, of course, scan the cats and dogs.
To make sure that there's a, what does the scanning do? It picks up the microchip? It picks
up the microchip, yes.
Okay.
And so we scanned Alex, and one of our veterinarians, Dr. Knupp, found the microchip, which always makes everyone so excited. So we called the number on the chip, and it was the family who now live in Atlanta who had lost Alex 2 years ago. And they were completely elated. Alex, though, is medical, has a lot of medical issues.
Because she's been on the streets.
She's been on the streets, and she was a house cat, so you can imagine the devastation to this poor little cat. Liver problems, skin issues. We wanted to bring her today. She is now recovering at First Coast, and the owners, they do have a few other cats in their house, the siblings of Alex, so Alex will get reunited with the family and her cat friends.
That's a wonderful story.
So they're going to come here soon.
But they wanted to make sure that she wasn't contagious and everything.
Correct.
So that's a fantastic story. And when we talk about microchipping, it's really not a very hard procedure to go through for your dogs and cats. It's actually a very small. I know one of our pictures towards the end had actually, it looks like if you compare it with a grain of rice, it's almost that small. And inside of the microchip is all of this information about your address, your dog's name, how you can be located, and so forth. And so if your dog does get picked up, and then or a cat, or even a rabbit, because I know sometimes they do rabbits as well, and gets to the vet will automatically scan them. All vets do this.
Every shelter, everyone is trained to scan very first thing. Because of the microchipping. And when you adopt a pet from a shelter like our Humane Society here in Jacksonville, those pets come microchipped. So microchipping is so important, but if you're out there listening to this and you have a cat or a dog or a rabbit that's not microchipped, there is always potential for those animals to get lost. And a statistic that I actually recently learned, 1 in 3 pets will get lost. 90% find their way home. 90% do not find their way home.
Okay, so let's get that straight. So 1 in 3 animals will get lost. And what percentage do not find their way?
90%.
That's very high. So you can see microchipping really does help. And here's one of your stats here with all the little guys going, hey, we matter. Let's get to the one picture where it actually shows the microchip being injected, because it's put in just like a regular shot in near the nape of the neck. Is that right? Or upper back?
Right, and it doesn't hurt a pet. They may squeal a little bit. It's just a little tiny, as we saw the size of it. So it's a quick procedure. Veterinarians and shelters do charge a different rate for that, but really it's all under $40, and that would include an office visit if you were, maybe it's the first time you're at that particular office. First Coast No More Homeless Pets will be doing a $10 special, including the office visit for the month of February, because we see cases like Alex actually frequently, as do the shelters in the area and nationally. You hear about a national story. Sometimes a dog may be finding its way back to Florida from California. That was a recent story. So we want everyone out there to microchip your pet. It's easy, it's cost effective. That's a scanner. So that's, again, what clinics will actually do first when pets are found, or a shelter.
Okay, so any dog that comes in brand new, that's one of the things they do just to make sure that it doesn't belong to somebody. That's how they're scanning it right there.
Exactly. And the thing that in preparing to speak to you, I moved back to Jacksonville just a year and a half ago, and I'm such a believer in microchipping. But what I actually failed to do was to update my information from where I previously lived. So I was guilty of not actually updating the microchip information, which is, you have to do that. So it's very simple. You register at the time of getting the chip. So some may make you do it every year, like your microchip company. Some it's a one-time registration. But when you move, you have to remember to update your microchip information, obviously.
Okay. That's excellent. All right. And oftentimes they'll let you put your pet's picture on there as well. So then they have a recent picture that goes out. Nicole Bro, some very valuable information. Thank you as always for coming in. You bet. Coming up next, Gutter Helmet drops by to show us some of the deals that they're offering right now if you are in the market for gutters. Plus, Ringling Brothers and Barnum & Bailey Circus presents Legends. It's coming to Jacksonville this week with shows starting Thursday through Sunday. It's live family entertainment, and this year they're promising to do things that you've never seen before. For more information, you can log on to jaxevents.com.